Niggas want to hate. They're probably a Bonnie fan from Subodhi. They're like, oh, I love this hater. Sorry.
I'm not
They
gonna
probably,
lie.
they probably one of them folks that got mad when they found out she was 12.
Nah, that's insane. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
俺はルフィ海賊王になる男だ
Welcome to the Strawhat Sitdown. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. What is going on, guys? It is your boy Kelly Mac on the track. Never whack, bring it back. Ho ho ho. We are here on the Strawhat Sitdown. Episode 92, baby. We out here. I wish everybody a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Hope you guys have enjoyed it to the fullest. We are here with a special holiday episode. And we got all the gang here today, actually.
Yes, sir.
You know what, Strawhat?
Yes,
I'm gonna skip you today, and I'm gonna start with my boy D3 because he's here. I'm sorry, brother.
Fair enough.
What's up, man?
D3 in the building.
No, it's been a minute, you know. Life be getting in the way. Church be getting, like, you know, church comes first. Oh, my real life Kuma. But
Real life Kuma, baby. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yes, sir.
we here. It's a Monday. It's Christmas. You know, I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. You know, keep the Christ in Christmas. Praise God.
Yes, sir.
All right. Strawhat in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's good, y'all? Hope y'all have a Merry Christmas today, and shout outs to my boy Dion, because last night he got me 2 gifts. One is this hoodie right here with Luffy and his Gear 5th form, and him with his with his look or whatever. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah, he got me that, and then he also had to give me, the straw hat as well. So, we already repping. So, yeah, but shout outs to him for that. And hope you all have a great Merry Christmas as well. And I hope y'all are with your families and loved ones. And also, Happy New Year's.
Yes, sir. Of course. Alrighty. Mr. G in the building. What's going on, my brother?
What's good, everybody? Shout outs to Oda for ending this beautiful year with a beautiful present with this chapter, and shout outs to my pops. He quit drinking. He's been 2 weeks sober, and very happy about that, and it's good for his health. And shout outs to 2 people that I met in person that are 3 people actually, One Piece fans. The new exterminator at my job came to my desk and was like, "Yo, that's fucking Mugiwara no Luffy," and I was like, "Oh shit!"
He started weeding out. That's crazy.
I was like, "Yo, shout outs to Juan, bro! Like that was awesome." And like we've been talking. He comes every Fridays, and like I told him about the podcast. He followed. He watched the last episode. He's gonna watch this one, and then also shout outs to Lynn and Chris. I randomly met them at Mitsuwa. It's like a Japanese restaurant. Like store everything all in one in Englewood, and I just saw she made her own law hat, right? And I was like, "Yo, that hat is fire!" And she's like, "Yeah." And then she showed me that like she got a shirt. Her boyfriend got. They came up because at Mitsuwa they have a little shop for the card game, so they come and do the tournament and trade cards and shit.
Yeah.
And then I told them about the podcast. They drop follows, and like. I showed him my tattoos. We got tattoos. Like, it was awesome, bro. Just fucking meeting new people because of One Piece has been awesome. And I thank you guys for dropping a follow and for supporting, because that shit means the world. So thank you guys.
Much love. Absolutely.
Yes,
Last but not least, that boy YHuss in the building. What is going on, my brother?
I'm chilling, man. Happy holidays to you guys. I hope you guys are having a great holiday. Specifically, and I really want to say thank you for everything you guys do. Shout out to the people who watch. No, man, we out here, man. Obviously, shout out to Oda, man. What an insane chapter to technically end the year on.
Yep.
I was just blown away when I read it, so I'm here to talk about it. We on business today, bro.
Bro, I do not cry often, especially to media. I think that's the closest I've been in a long time. Like I felt the tears in my tear ducts.
Bro, if I wasn't reading in a Discord with my friends, I think I would have shed tears, bro.
That shit was insane, man.
I was alone. I was in my bedroom reading this shit, just sitting in my computer, just bawling, bro.
Yeah,
bro,
man.
That shit, bro.
So I normally go, cause I get it at work when it comes out. So I'm like, I gotta read this shit immediately, and then I send it to you guys first, to everyone in our chat first, and then I go read it. and I normally go to like the wellness room because it's a secluded area. This time I didn't get to do that, and so I just started reading it. And I'm at my desk at work, and I just start fucking. I read the end, and I just start bawling, bro. And then people are like, "Yo, what the fuck's going on?" And I was like, "No, I gotta go." So I had to go. I had to go run to like another wellness room, and then like just like recover, get collect myself, and continue my day. But that shit,
Yeah,
that shit was crazy.
It was
bro.
definitely one of those. It was definitely one of those. Yeah, let's just get right into it. Can you guys see the Discord stream? Because I changed the layout a little bit. It's still good?
I'm in there, yeah.
Let me see.
Okay. You good, mister?
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, let's get it. Chapter 1102, Kuma's life. I had something I wanted to say about this cover art, but it completely slipped my mind. It was something that I woke up today, I was like, I want to talk about it.
Damn.
And I can't remember.
It'll come to you.
Maybe it will.
That's why I be taking notes, bro.
Yeah, I need to start doing that. All right, so we start this chapter with the Bonnie pirates in full effect. We see them embarking on an island, and Captain Bonnie showing herself, letting them know that they are there to look for Kuma. This panel right here, you guys are in the stream, right?
Yeah.
So on the first page, this panel right next to Bonnie, are these her crewmates? Or is this like the townsman? I was a little confused.
The secluded one that says there's a fleet-wide order for their arrest? That's definitely like the Marines.
The fleet-wide order for their arrest they've been leading. Okay, so this is the Marines talking about the Bonnie pirates.
Yeah.
Okay. I was confused because it said they've been leaving a trail of injured seniors and children in their wake, and
think about it. Think about why that might be.
Yeah,
it's her devil fruit.
It's her devil fruit. It's because she's just leaving them like
shit.
that. Like, who's this old guy? Who's his baby?
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
to realize that it's actually their comrades, bro.
Nah, she is doing it to them. That's tough. So
it's crazy how it like that gives them a certain perception though. Like even the guy says only scum would do such a thing, and it's like that's a pretty interesting, something you wouldn't think of a consequence of her ability.
Yeah, 100%. So Bonnie's causing ruckus trying to find Kuma. She actually ends up on the same island as Kuma, but when Kuma notices Bonnie Pirate's presence, he says, "I'm sorry, I cannot meet with you," and he uses his devil fruit to disappear. Says, "Don't track me down. Why did you have to become a pirate?" We then see Bonnie in dismay because Kuma wasn't there. But her crewmates console her and tell her that they have time, so they can take their time and search for Kuma. Bonnie says, since we're taking our time, let's search for Nika too, so that when I find Kuma, I can tell him that I saw Nika as well. Really sweet stuff.
Yes, sir.
We then switch to Monkey D. Luffy. We are now we're still in the flashback, but we are currently in the confines of the story.
Yes.
So
this is crazy, bro. This whole chapter is crazy, bro.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, but we knew this was coming anyway because of the page that we got from Jump Festa.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, so we do switch to just after Arlong Park, where Luffy has just defeated Arlong and his bounty and name has become known, and we get to see a few reactions. We went over this chapter. We went over this page last week, so I won't go too much into it. But it's still the same. You see Dragon reacting to Luffy's next location to meet him there in Logtown. We see Ace showing Jinbei, his brother, all proud and whatnot. Ace is the GOAT.
I love it, that scene is gonna be awesome in the anime, bro.
Yeah, it is 100%. We see Kuma reacting, and then we see Bonnie standing in her piracy, I suppose, saying to steal what you want from bad guys and don't help people unless they need it. So
I like that shit a lot, bro.
Yeah, it's nice.
It was good.
She's a pirate, but you can tell she's still a kid. So
steal whatever you want, just from the bad guys. All right, guys, like
goody two shoes ass niggas.
Yeah.
And don't help a soul unless they really need it.
He's
Great,
adorable.
man.
So back on Egghead, we see Kuma has come to face with some of his pacifista units.
Mhm.
And he also talks to Vegapunk about Luffy, excuse me. How he declared war on the world government. So this has to be after Enies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It has to be. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So this is so between the two pages we skip from after Arlong to after Enies. And then Kuma tells Vegapunk that it's Dragon's son. And he tells Vegapunk how much he's reminded of Nika because of his rubber powers. We're then jumping into Thriller Bark. So we're basically going through the arcs, but more so from Kuma's perspective, with a little bit of other characters' perspective, but mostly Kuma. We go back to Thriller Bark, and now we're back in the scene where Kuma pulls up on the Straw Hats at the end of Thriller Bark after they defeat Moria. He tries to take Luffy. He says he'll spare Luffy. He'll spare the crew if he can kill Luffy. The crew obviously doesn't go for that, and we know how the end of Thriller Bark went. I won't spend too much time on it, but we do get an extra perspective on the nothing happened scene with Zoro, because we see Kuma take the pain bubble out of Luffy, but we now see a thought bubble in his head where he says, even I might pass out from this one.
Which is crazy, bro.
Yeah, power scales were going out their fucking mind this weekend over this shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I just want to quickly say that I don't think that's an indication of like how strong Zoro is in comparison to Kuma, because we always knew that this, especially after the first or what was it, the second chapter flashback with Kuma when he was doing it. I think we all said that like Zoro taking this.
Yeah, my bad. I just realized.
I think we all said that Zoro taking these was very impressive, just like because Kuma was doing it too and stuff. So for anyone to be comparing it to Kuma and stuff, like compare Zoro to Kuma, like Zoro was like as strong, I think that's just straight up ridiculous. I mean, obviously they couldn't take one pacifista at that time,
Right.
Like there's no reason to even. We know Zoro's durability is up there. Like his endurance is crazy. Like Kuma.
That's crazy.
So,
That's true.
Yeah, that was the main thing I saw.
it.
That was the main thing I saw, was that it was more so people bigging up his endurance feat. I saw a lot of people saying he has more endurance than Luffy now.
I wouldn't say that, because that was Luffy's
That's crazy. But
own shit. Like that was Luffy's own damage, you know. So I think that's a crazy statement, but I do think it's an impressive feat. It makes it more impressive after seeing like the Kuma's been doing it for so long and like all this shit, and him even acknowledging that even he would pass out from this shit. So
Does Zoro have top 5 endurance feats in the verse?
yeah, I think so. Especially after the Kaido Big Mom attack.
He's
that double Yonko attack.
Oh, he did block
tanked
that
whole
shit. Right? I forgot.
He didn't even go down after. Like he blocked it, and he did like another move or two after. He's like the problem.
And then after that, he still hurt fucking Kaido.
He's the GOAT, bro.
Zoro's definitely
Indeed.
All right, yeah. So we did get that cool new perspective on the Thriller Bark incident. We see Kuma remark that Luffy has exceptional friends, but he is Dragon's son after all. So interesting line.
It's something I really enjoy from these past flashbacks is, even though we don't get a lot of Dragon, we've gotten the most Dragon we have ever gotten, but we see that he's always been about his crew, and like they're very loyal to him, and that's very much where him and Luffy are very similar.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Them Dragon stocks is down right now, gang. I ain't gonna cap.
Oh no.
Them Dragon stocks is down, bro. All the stuff that's been going on, and all we get, not to say that all we get, because I don't want that to sound as if I don't like seeing Dragon on the screen or in the capacity that we saw him, but for all the stuff that's going on, for him to only be uttering a few lines every chapter while his friends are getting slaughtered, his best friend is getting turned by the government, and his daughter is going through what she's going through, and all this stuff is happening, and we only get a few lines from Dragon every chapter. I will say in like a little bit of his defense, like he did tell Kuma about Vegapunk, and
B, Kuma shut them off, and Kuma even references how he shut them off in this chapter. Like later when he's like separating the Strawhats, he talks about how he vanished without a word. And even last chapter or 2 chapters ago, when they were saying that Kuma was helping them but not saying anything and leaving immediately after, like Kuma kind of did it to, you know what I mean? Like he kind of secluded himself.
Yeah.
For the sake of Bonnie, you know, and it would make sense. So I don't want to say that it was all Dragon, but I'm not gonna defend all of that either. I will say, like, I'm not gonna fully say that he couldn't have done more.
I do see where you're coming from, Callie, but I will say there has to be a reason, right? There has to be a reason why he doesn't make a move. Like I don't know what it is. Like,
well, I think there's a great video, not to plug stuff, but like Morge made a good video about like how Dragon is actually doing a lot more than a lot of other people in the world. Like there are niggas like, respectfully, Shanks and people who are just chilling, while Dragon is actively fighting the world government by putting a force together, building throughout the world, making differences in countries, liberating, you know, like oppressed people. Like Dragon is doing a lot.
Yeah.
And
we don't know everything either.
And we don't know everything. So yeah, I'm not gonna say, you know, Dragon doesn't deserve slander, but he is doing a good amount.
That's fair. That's definitely respectable. I maybe I just want to see more from him, but
no, I actually agree. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
I think because I remember I was cheesed about the Kaido flashback thing because people were saying like, oh, we're gonna see it in God's Valley. Because yeah, that's true. Maybe we will see it in God's Valley, but it matters in the moment. You know, we're still reading it weekly.
Yeah, absolutely. So I agree with you. All right. We move on from Philip Arc and we go to the Sabati Archipelago. Mm-hmm. So we're now in the Sabati arc. We see Kuma getting the message from the Marines that Ace has been captured and his execution is set, and that there will be a war with the Whitebeard pirates. So we see Kuma react to this information, saying that he will be there on the day of the execution. But for right now, he's on Sabati, along with his daughter. We see him looking through a window at Bonnie eating a big old slice of pizza and saying, I guess this is farewell. Just look at what a rugged pirate you become, Bonnie.
Yo, can I just say something?
Go ahead.
Can I just say, do y'all remember that scene, even in the like anime or whatever, or the manga, when Bonnie was introduced like this? Do y'all remember how dramatic they made that scene, like she was a menace or something like that? Mm-hmm. Versus like now when you look at this scene and then from the perspective of Kuma and stuff like that, I was like, oh, my sweet little Bonnie. Because now we know the truth and stuff like that.
I didn't even think about that, but I definitely remember her, like she was on like a throne or something and like eating a slice of pizza with like henchmen like awaiting her every order and shit. Like it definitely painted a lot different picture than what we know now for sure. That's a good observation.
Yeah, it's just the contrast is incredible. You know,
it's definitely sick. I actually I want to bring this up now. I guess now's a good time to bring it up. I saw a very interesting thread on Twitter, and I'd like to know you guys' thoughts about it. Even though I kind of know what you guys are gonna say, but I'm interested to see. I saw a thread on Twitter that said Oda is not the god that everybody thinks he is. Everyone thinks he is, and and he is actually just retconning everything, right? In
some Kinemo shit. I see.
That was a good reference.
Specifically with Bonnie, a lot of this person said that they feel as though Bonnie changed dramatically, kind of like what you said, Mod, but from a different perspective. They feel like Bonnie has changed dramatically from when she was first introduced, to the point where it's like Oda changed her, retconned her. One of the examples was the earlier page where Bonnie was like, steal only from bad guys and don't help people unless they need it. When we're first introduced to Bonnie in Sabati and she meets Zoro, he's saving dude. He's trying to help.
He was gonna kill such a dragon. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but it wasn't kill. Was he not saving or helping somebody or?
But he was gonna do it by save because such a dragon was.
Okay, he was gonna to help somebody. Yeah. Okay, yeah, right. So, when Bonnie saw that, originally she said a pirate helping people. I've never seen that before. So this person used that as an example to try and say that Oda kind of retconned this character and it wasn't originally as intended. Interested to hear you guys' thoughts on that.
Hold on, one. I have to say, I have to hold myself back for this one because I actually think that's so short-sighted. Like,
Yeah.
the entire time, this whole thing has been like this is like from Sabori to Egghead. She has been putting on an act. We've been deceived. She's not really an adult. She's a kid.
Right.
Right.
Why
exactly.
is it such a stretch of the imagination to say that she's putting on an act when she interacts with other pirates, especially people who are super understanding?
Wait, did she say when she said that? Was that a thought that she had, or was that her speaking out loud? But even if it wasn't, I will still have a rebut against that. But which one was it, Callie? Do you remember?
I do not remember the one interaction from 600 chapters ago.
They didn't have the picture up. They're even more of a fraud, actually.
Like,
No, you know what? They definitely did. I'm sorry. You know what, Mod? I apologize. That was very snappy of me.
Oh no!
They did have a picture. I don't have the tweet anymore though. I definitely just scrolled past it.
Okay. Well, if you find it, let me know. But one, if she talked it out, it's clearly what YHuss said. Clearly, we've been deceived. She's a kid, so whatever. And two, even if it was a thought, that still aligns with what we know today because she's been a pirate this whole time, and clearly we see her be like, hey, don't steal from everyone. It's pretty much only for the bad guys. So like, clearly that's she still aligns with her original thoughts to the point where if she sees a pirate doing something for someone, that could still be shocking for her. That could still be like, oh, I personally, I'm a pirate, but outside of me, I never seen like pirates do good shit. So
it's literally that simple. It is that simple.
That was my takeaway from it as well.
I said this the last episode I was here, and that most people that are either on Twitter.
That shit good, ain't it, bro?
Yeah, he fucking that shit up, bro.
I'm sorry. Most people that are either on Twitter or read One Piece don't have reading comprehension skills, and I still stand by that.
That's very fair. I think that's just and I think that's one of the things that is a drawback of the social media era of any manga is that a lot of
anybody can get on and say whatever the fuck they want to say.
And it's always the dumb stuff that's highlighted. The dumb stuff is the ones that get the thousands of likes and get shared everywhere. Oh yeah, so it's gift and a curse.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what D3 said. It's like what D3 said, reading comprehension gone down dramatically throughout the country. You remember back in the day, like when you go to, I don't even know how it is in school now, but you used to have to read books and stuff to get your reading comprehension up, and people don't like to read anymore. So it's like
that's not
apparently
funny.
I mean,
we used to read books and shit. We used to read and shit.
Remember when you had to be smart to be in school?
I'm not trying to be gatekeepy or nothing. It's like, but apparently,
it's funny how it works.
It's just apparently this is true. Like when it comes to headlines and stuff, people don't read past the headline. They just read the headline and say that's what's happening today. Like that's insane to me. Like, so it doesn't surprise me if reading comprehension is down. It doesn't surprise me. So it's like
I said, I actually was trying to hold back. I actually didn't want to shit on them. I just think it's like, but then again, they did start it by saying, "Oh, Oda's not that guy." It's like,
it's true.
Bro.
It's true.
No, they were definitely shitting on Oda. So like, I think they deserve it. I ain't gonna care.
Yeah, and I can understand. Like, I understand complaints. Another flip side of that is that I think, like, I mean, if you're a fan of anything, it's gonna happen. A lot of fans, especially I see because One Piece, because I'm in the One Piece, community, is that people don't want to ever admit criticism of, like the people who make it, aka Oda or whoever makes it, right? So I understand, but this is. We spent already too much time on it.
It's not a good have criticism
of Oda.
Like,
obviously it's not perfect, but you have to have more of a fleshed out criticism than just, hey, there's an inconsistency between two panels. Oda sucks as an author. Like that's just not.
And even that inconsistent, and I don't want to spend too much time.
And like inconsistency, I'm saying very loosely. I'm just saying like based off their point.
But the thing is like, I feel like that's almost a sign of a great writer more so than a bad writer, to be able to flip information and still have some sense of continuity from when she was first introduced 600 chapters ago to now.
Yeah,
like I think that's more signs of a great writer than anything.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas want to hate. They're probably a Bonnie fan from Subodhi. They're like, oh, I love this hater. Sorry.
I'm not
It's
gonna
probably
lie.
one of them folks that got mad when they found out she was 12.
Nah, that's insane. Jesus Christ.
Let's keep it pushing.
Nah, if you were a Bonnie fan or for a first introduction to Sabbaty, you might have to get put on a list, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
That's kind of crazy.
bro. I was in shock how many niggas were tweaking on Twitter when they found out.
Yo,
I was in shock, bro. I was like, "There's no way y'all are mad, bro."
Yeah, motherfuckers is tweaking. All right, let's keep it pushing. So Kuma sees Bonnie for the last time, and then he hears commotion coming from the auction house, the human shop. He jumps on the roof, looks inside to see what's going on, and he sees the Strawhat pirate crew. This is where Luffy had just punched a celestial dragon. Kuma sees that he was protecting a fishman. He says that was an act of high treason that has not been seen in centuries, and it's something about this panel in his eyes. I think this is when he realized what Luffy really is.
Yeah.
And I gotta give Kuma credit. I mean, I can talk about it a little bit later, I guess, but he definitely saw it. He was the first to see it. I'm not gonna lie. Before anybody.
This shit, this shit was awesome. Like, just the fact that this was shown, that he was watching, and he's like, them again. Like, these motherfuckers doing something against the government again. Like, without without any guidance, just them doing them. And he's protecting a fishman, which is crazy as is already. And he punched the celestial dragon. Like, that is absolutely insane. Like, and he knew immediately what that meant. He's like, yo, fucking, like, someone's coming. Kizaru, Kiji, Kainu, whoever. But these guys are absolutely insane.
I think another thing about this moment that highlights how amazing of a writer Oda is that the fact that Kuma is here just effortlessly makes so much sense. Bonnie's here. He's watching both of them. That's why he's on Subodhi. That's why he happened to see this. Like, it's like something you can overlook, but I think it, like, because obviously it seems like, oh, how coincidental that Kuma was here to see that, right? But no, it's perfect, and we know obviously that Oda had the Kuma and Bonnie connection written when Bonnie was in the story, because literally it was only after Marineford that Bonnie was crying and saying it's all someone's fault, talking about Vegapunk killing Kuma. So like, it's just 600 chapters ago, basically. More than that. Like, it's Oda's nuts, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Oda's definitely the GOAT, 100%. And I guess I never really thought about it, but looking back on original, when the Sabbaty first came out, Kuma definitely just appeared randomly at the end, right? Like, it wasn't
exactly, bro. That's how I was like it didn't. That's why a few episodes ago I had said that, he saw Luffy stretching or whatever, and then he was like, that's Nika, but that obviously wasn't the case. He saw some examples throughout the years, heard about what he was doing, and then he saw this, and then then it just hit, it clicked with him, and then he was just like, I'm here. I was here for a reason. I was here to see this and to help them get out of this shit. Like,
and to think about it, Kuma was there on a lot of Luffy. What's crazy? I was about to say Nika's, but
not wrong.
But he was there on a lot of like big moments for Luffy, and then he also was there when Luffy first before Luffy got started as a pirate altogether. So it's crazy to see Kuma be shocked and go from Luffy when he was 16 to training or whatever to this point where he's doing everything that aligns with the Nika legend. And also shout outs to Luffy's crew, because just seeing this again just reminds me of how dope it is that everybody, even though Luffy punched a celestial dragon, look at this panel of Zoro and Sanji ready to put in work after that, and then And then Robin coming in and Frankie laughing like, "Yep, that's my captain."
Yeah,
like,
this page is
Robin's in a pose ready, bro. Like this shit.
yeah, like this
Yo,
shit
Book
was
is dead ass mid
great.
slash in this shit too. I didn't even realize. You literally see
Yeah,
him
you're right.
hitting somebody up. That's sick. Yeah,
This
that's
page
pretty
is
cool.
tough. I also like how we drew Luffy's face. That I feel like Luffy's expression there is just like that shit goes hard. Man, it's so amazing seeing like the Thriller Bark stuff. Like the Thriller Bark page where you see all the Straw Hats saying like, "We're
Say
hell no,
never,
we're not
yeah.
the exact same." It's just so sick, man. It's really like honestly, it's actually kind of wild like that we're seeing these events, recontextualized. We're seeing them again in a whole fresh light. It's just,
I think that's so fucking cool, especially in a genre where a lot of times flashbacks are oversaturated and you're seeing the same scene over and over again. To be able to do it with new context and to still get the same feelings invoked from when originally, it's sick. It's sick. I think Oda did his thing.
And new stuff too, right? Like
right.
This guy Kuma, he's the goat, and yeah,
Fucking go, man. Bro. Fucking go.
Oh man.
Okay, yeah. So we see Kuma pop up on the Straw Hats as he did, and pops them away one by one. But we do see some of his thoughts during this process. He calls out for Dragon Ivankov to forgive him for vanishing without a word. He says he will leave behind the mark of his existence in Bonnie and the future of Luffy. We see the infamous scene with Luffy crying, saying he couldn't save anyone. But we now see Kuma's thoughts during this, and he says that is not true. This is just the level of the new world. It is still too soon for the likes of your crew. Don't come here yet. One day in the future, you will be the man who saves the world.
Damn,
That's beautiful,
so
bro.
fucking good.
I'm getting emotional, bro. Like this shit is so
I
good.
got chills reading that. I'm not gonna lie. I got chills.
You delivered it too, Kelly. Oh man.
Yeah.
And one thing that hit me too is the fact that this is Dragon's son, right? Like he's also watching over one of his best friend's sons. So like, he feels like an uncle and like
Crazy. And where's Dragon for his son? Crickets. Or his daughter.
Lockdown.
No. Okay, I misspoke. I meant where's Dragon for Kuma's daughter?
Fair. Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
You're spitting. You're spitting, bro.
Give me a phrase. You feel me?
Yeah, you're spitting.
It'd be like that. Though.
Oh man, but this shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. We go back to Egghead Island. We see a conversation between Vegapunk and Saturn, where Saturn is asking Vegapunk to install a self-destruct switch.
Yes.
Vegapunk is obviously against it. Saturn says if he goes out of control beyond the range of receiving commands, then someone needs to be able to stop him. Saturn scolds Vegapunk, you're just a low scientist, shouldn't be talking back. Vegapunk tries to bargain and say, in exchange for doing that, let him keep a little bit of his willpower and let me install a switch to switch between having will and being obedient.
Yeah.
Saturn completely shuts it down. Says that he gave Vegapunk an order and he will not leave any free will. He also says that he also makes sure that Vegapunk knows that he is also a scientist, so he will not be able to be deceived if he tries to sneak in, put a little switch in anyway or something like that. Vegapunk says then Kuma and Bonnie will never meet, but then we go to Kuma, who overheard the whole conversation. Says he's happy that Vegapunk thought of him. Vegapunk was confused as to how he heard the conversation, but forgot that he gave Kuma supersonic hearing, which is kind of funny.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
Damn. All right. Yo, I need a minute to get through this one. All right.
No, you good.
Vegapunk, he says, here we are, the day that I flipped the switch. It's been 2 long years, but I enjoyed the time with you. Kuma expresses the same regards. Vegapunk lets Kuma know his first mission will involve fighting against the Whitebeard pirates, and that they've deployed they've ordered a mass deployment of clone soldiers. Kuma says to Vegapunk after that's done, to program him to guard the Straw Hat ship. And that he wants to protect their home until one of the crew returns to it. Vegapunk asks, what do you see in this boy? And Kuma just talks about how much Luffy reminds him of Nika. He says Nika's only a legend, but I instilled into Bonnie the stories of a warrior who rides the rhythm of liberation and brings smiles to all. If there is a hero who will bring a great transformation to this sea, I think it must be him. Fire panel, I'm not gonna lie. And this is what I wanted to talk about before. Kuma had some of the craziest foresight of anyone in this story. Because we know a lot of people followed Luffy and believed in his dream, but Kuma is seeing the bigger picture. How Luffy will change the entire world as opposed to just, achieving his goals, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the only other person is probably like Shanks. Definitely dope panel. Definitely dope panel.
Yeah. Like, literally, quote unquote, like saving the world. That's a big.
It's a big declaration.
Not just that, but one of my favorite lines that Kuma said was, "Something in his action shakes the very core of my being." Like that. That's crazy, bro. Because this guy has been through so much that we have seen, right? And the fact that like Luffy's actions hit him so hard, like he's like, this motherfucker is him. Yeah. This motherfucker is Nika, bro. I'm telling you, like that's exactly like that. That shit just hits so hard, bro. Like,
actually, Mr. What I wanted to say, I'm glad you said that. The only note I have in my note list today is actually to talk about this one point, and that's what we brought up when you were talking about how maybe Kuma might have known that Luffy was who he was when the chapter ended with him going to Fuchsia Village. Yeah. We talked about how maybe he tells them the same thing he told Shanks, Ace, and Sabo, his like secret dream that he shares with Roger, and maybe that might have been something to do with Joy Boy. I mean, it still could be something to do with Joy Boy. I thought that was a really cool idea. I really, really liked it, and I thought that would be perfect if that's what happened. But actually, I think this is way better because look at all the Straw Hats, like Nami, particularly Chopper, Robin. And even Sanji and Whole Cake, when they really realize that Luffy will just never give up on them, and this is the guy that will go all the way, is when he in the face of some big enemy or status quo, he says, "Fuck that, I'm here for my dog." Obviously not Nami can't do anything about Arlong, even though she tried so hard. Robin, it's obvious. Chopper, one of my favorite Luffy scenes is actually when Wapol attacks Hero Luck's flag on top of the castle, and Luffy protects it. He picks it up and he says, "See, Chopper, it's unbreakable." Oh man, Luffy's best moments are those where he's inspiring people, and I think the Robin one is another one where Robin says to him, "You don't understand the enemy the darkness that is my enemy," and Luffy says, "I get it. I actually get it more than you think," and he tells Usopp to shoot the flag. That's one of the sickest Luffy moments because it's illuminating the darkness around the person that feels so heavy. And I think that moment that Kuma saw Luffy with no regard for the Celestial Dragon's hierarchy, protecting the fishmen, and that is literally the darkness that has plagued Kuma his whole life. Took away his parents, took away his girl, has his daughter hostage. So to Kuma, this is what, when you think of Zoro telling Kuma, Luffy is the man who will become king of the pirates, and think about Kuma now saying he's the one who's going to save the world. It's just amazing. So I think the fact that Kuma did this without knowing exactly that he's Nika, just having an idea, I think that's perfect because it displays the blind faith that so many people have.
That he had, facts. Yep. And not just that, it was also poetic that he saw Luffy punch the Celestial Dragon in a slave home. Slave trade
exactly.
Home. Like that, because that's where he started, bro. That's where he lost his mom and pops, and like that shit. Like Oda's just OD.
I know.
What you said, boy, was beautiful, bro. I started tearing.
No, that's real. Mihawk definitely said it best. He's one of the most dangerous men on the seas. The ability to turn people to his side.
And Kuma don't even know him like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And he has seen everything.
Yeah, Luffy's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT, bro. He's the GOAT. He's the fucking GOAT.
Okay, yeah. So Kuma has placed his entire faith in Luffy. Vegapunk says a revolutionary making a bet on a pirate. That's a dark horse. But that contradiction is proof of your humanity. Which I thought was a really nice thing to say to Kuma in his end to try and console him. You know, let him know that he still has that, even though he's about to lose it all. A little poetic in a sense.
It was.
We then see how Kuma creates his memory bubble. And we get a nice little bit of information here. We find out that once his memory bubble is touched, it's supposed to vanish, but because of the system that Vegapunk built for it, people can veer inside it without it disappearing. Lost my whole train of thought. Okay, yeah. So we see that. Kuma says, so that's my life. How much of a nuisance was I in the end? Well, what is a life but a series of nuisances? We then get this amazing page where we go through tidbits of Kuma's life from his day he was born, his parents saying his name to him in the slave fields, and meeting Ivankov and Jesus Christ, Ginny, thank you. To him then meeting the revolutionaries and seeing Ginny again older, and meeting his daughter, Ginny's daughter, his daughter, and then finding Vegapunk to cure Bonnie. Really nice page, and throughout all the time he's running and he's doing a pose very similar to Nika, which I thought was really cool.
The Nika dance that he learned.
Yeah, it's a little symbolic actually, because that was the figure he admired the most.
One thing. My bad.
That's all you missed. That's all you missed.
One thing I saw on Twitter, that kind of hit me hard. If you see the third page of him, third panel of him running, it looks like he's falling, and people were saying because after Ginny, that's when she died. Like he was about to fall and lose faith, but then Bonnie brought that hope and faith back to him.
Yeah, he fixed his posture right back up. Yeah.
So I thought that was fucking really nice of Oda. That shit was so nice.
Nah, this whole thing is incredible. The fact that you get from Kuma's life all the way up to down to him getting to Vegapunk is him nothing but running. I feel like that is the embodiment of what Kuma's life was. Just running to help others and not really taking time for himself. Yeah. Like that. And he was a person that was it felt like that was created in this world to serve others. And it's kind of sad looking at it, but it's also kind of inspiring at the same time. It's actually, this panel, it definitely hit me certainly when I saw this.
Yeah, there's definitely a bittersweetness to it for sure, because his life was filled with a lot of turmoil, but at the same time he managed to inspire and help a lot of people. In the end he ended up being closer to his idol than he thought he would be, for sure.
Yeah,
exactly.
He was the hands of liberation, bro. Like,
no, absolutely.
He connected everybody, and damn, I was gonna say something else, but I was gonna say this shit in the anime with the music. Yeah. This shit's gonna hit so everyone's gonna be crying, bro. Like this shit's gonna be, oh man.
Yeah, it should be. Also, real quick, since we're on the topic of it, did you guys see the new art style change for the next season?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I like it.
No, I didn't actually see it.
You guys check it out when you get a chance.
I'll send a picture in the chat.
The only thing I heard was that they like whitewashed Usopp. Is that true?
Well, Toei
he's been looking whiter lately.
They're like that's just Toei, the animators. The One Piece anime has strayed from darkest skin tones since like after Alabasta. since like we haven't seen that dark skin tones in a while anyway. So I understand the complaints, but it's like it's been like this. Like I don't.
It's not.
It's kind of different for
you know what I mean?
But yeah, but the thing is though is that hold up, it's kind of different though because I understand where that's coming from because of like Robin and stuff, but Robin isn't like African American or African or whatever.
Usopp is supposed to be African, right?
Yeah. So that's where it's a little, and then on top of that, you know, we got a live action now. Clearly, you know, they wouldn't do anything like that to the actors, so it's weird. I'll just say that.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I just think the anime is like, maybe it's just because I'm a manga superiorist now. So like,
what I also will say, like, looking at the thing right now, I don't think he looks that different from how he looks like post time skip.
I just added 3 more pictures. But
it's also like two scenes. Who knows if it's like worse than Wano or post time skip? We can't really judge off these 2 scenes. I think
that's fair. I had brought it up originally just to say that the art style is a lot softer than what we got in Wano. It's definitely a lot lighter.
I like it.
I do like it.
People were saying that it looks cartoony, but
it's charming and it's One Piece. Like One Piece is like it's One Piece. Like we just saw Luffy turn into Tom and Jerry, and you talk about it's too cartoony. Like what the fuck?
Luffy looks mad cute there, like with the blushing. Like I like how he looks. So you know, we'll see how it comes out.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, only time will tell.
Yes,
actually,
sir.
I think the episode came out yesterday or today, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that was the preview from last.
The preview for next week. Okay.
Yeah. So next week. Oh man, we're in Egghead next week. That's crazy.
We are in Egghead. We moving. Time do be flying.
Speaking of Egghead.
Okay, yeah, let's finish it off. We got one more page.
I know we're just trying to avoid this shit, bro.
Jeez.
Alright, so Kuma says that his life was a series of nuisances, and then we cut to Egghead completely bawling in disarray. He says your death is a nuisance to every person who's known and loved you. Listen to me, Kuma, and listen good. You are a hero to Bonnie and to us all. Kuma says, thank you. Say Vegapunk. But before he can finish, Vegapunk says, yes, I already know, and pulls the switch.
Oh, man.
We see a whole bunch of people in Solace and Egghead. Vegapunk is completely broken down.
Nah, bro, that panel right there at the bottom when he pulls he's on his knees and he pulls the lever, bro. That shit.
Yo, you know what? He looks just like Luffy when he lost Ace.
Yes.
Just completely in dismay and like shock from the upsetness. That's tough.
Yeah.
Dude, the lighting of the people praying and
it looks holy.
It looks like, yeah. The anime is gonna kill that. It looks like there's light shining on them.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And honestly, I think this is even worse because it's one thing to see someone kill your loved one in front of you, but it's another to
be the one.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It is.
I mean, yeah. Even when he says to Bonnie, when Bonnie's chasing him, he says, "I wish I could forget it myself." Like it's not like it's been sick for me, you know. Like I have to deal with shit too, you know. So now we see this, like he did it with his own hands. It's nuts, man.
Yeah. So as Vegapunk is pulling the lever, we get some more final thoughts from Kuma. Says, "Thank you for saving Bonnie. If you should see Bonnie, would you pass on a message from me? Tell her I wish her a very happy 10th birthday." And the last panel, we cut to present day Bonnie in just as bad a state as Vegapunk was, falling on the floor. We have now officially finished the Kuma flashback. Yeah, man.
That shit was heavy when I first read it. I was like, holy shit. Like, it's just crazy. And we see like why Bonnie was crying because we were wondering what she saw this whole time. And like, this shit that we saw, we were damn near crying, if not already did. Like, it's just, damn. So Bonnie, like in a weird way, kind of represents us as the viewer who was tracking this whole thing down.
Yeah, 100%.
And y'all notice one thing in that panel of Bonnie crying, she went straight into the bubble. She didn't use the machine, so that bubble's gone now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
Is
that's why they mentioned it earlier. Like when they showed him making the bubble, right? That's why Oda mentioned that. Like, oh,
I thought.
Vegapunk made a machine to check it, but she doesn't know that.
Wait,
you know?
so she didn't. How did she not use the machine? Is it not just automatically
She
hooked up?
she walked into it like Zoro walked into the bubble.
So how are you supposed to peer into it?
I think
There's-
that's
there's-
just Vegapunk science, and we're not supposed to think about it that much.
No, but my thing is, how if Vegapunk put the bubble in a machine to allow people to peer into it, then
But he did that because he didn't want to just see it once.
Yeah.
no. But what I'm saying is how do we know that the bubble is not still protected? Like Bonnie didn't look through. I don't know.
It's
It's
gone.
She's kneeling where it was.
Yeah.
Oh, the last panel is her. I didn't even fucking
Yeah.
the panel above
Yeah.
her crying. I did not realize that was her kneeling in the empty space. Okay, I misspoke. Okay, damn, that just killed all the fucking Kuma's gonna
Theories.
test the bubble theories.
Yeah.
I think there's like I'm pretty interested in like the switch idea that Vegapunk had. I wonder if he found
No,
it.
okay, I like
Yeah.
that. I like that a lot because I feel like that would not have been mentioned if it wasn't gonna come back at some point.
Exactly.
It also could have been a way for Saturn or for Oda to really tell us like it's not gonna happen, like the way we think it might. Maybe there's a little something, but he's not gonna come back fully.
So
I also think it makes sense that because this page, this chapter really feels very final.
yeah, it does. I will say with that whole talk with Saturn, the two key points, right? The self-destruct,
Yeah.
and the switch that Vegapunk wanted to give him. I feel like Vegapunk. This is what I think could happen next is Vegapunk actually installed that switch without saying anything, and Saturn didn't find out because. Right, he was able to program on Kuma after
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Marineford. After Marineford, right? To give him that program to save the ship. So what if he added that switch then, and that will come up later on, like right now, present time. The way that they get out of this whole situation is Kuma flips that switch and uses the self-destruct on Saturn, and then to help them get out of there. That's I think there's a possibility of happening.
I could see that.
I do see self-destruct coming.
I was thinking, what if Vegapunk disguised the self-destruct switch as the willpower switch? So Saturn goes to blow up Kuma, and then Kuma just switches conscious and he comes back.
Nah, that would be nuts.
That would be insane.
That would be sick. I can't lie.
That would be absolutely insane.
I would definitely be here for it.
Bro's in his bag.
Man, I like mine. I like yours more.
Yeah.
Like that. No, that shit would be sick.
Yeah. Actually, I like it so much. I'm betting on Callie's theory. I'm betting on it.
I put money on that shit too, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
That would be gas, bro. He pulls up, Saturn goes to end everything once and for all, and then you just see the light change in Kuma's eyes real quick, bro. I also think that I really don't think that we leave this arc without Bonnie and Kuma getting a proper farewell. I think that in one way or another that Kuma gets his will back. Whether it's temporary or he gets it back, but he dies afterwards. I think
some sacrificing and while seeing
Yeah, I definitely think that one way or another we get that last farewell between Kuma and Bonnie.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. They deserve it too, bro, with everything they've been through.
Yeah.
And he also sees Nika, and he's like, I was right. Like, Luffy is Nika,
Oh, yeah. Especially seeing this chapter, like that moment of catharsis is gonna go crazy.
Oh man.
Dude, I'm ready for just Kuma to just give Bonnie a simple hug, just say I love you, and then just die.
That's it. That's it, bro.
It will hurt.
That's it. Some Vegeta Trunks shit, you know what I mean? Like, and just go and do his
my
thing.
chest. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I think this is the best arc in the series.
Bro,
I
understand.
I'm trying to get into that point too.
I'm fully convinced. I was getting to that point when we left Egghead and we saw like 3 different plot lines that
Yeah.
were all sick as fuck going on.
Yeah, no,
That's
true.
when I was getting to that point. And now I think this is the best backstory in One Piece.
I
think
also
this-
agree with that. I think
I would go even further.
Bro, we did our shit too
Bro,
early.
I would go even further, and this might be me being an Oda sexual, but I think this might be one of the best backstories I've ever seen in any manga. I'm not gonna lie.
why is that? Wait. That's what Oda does, though. Why is that like the farthest? That wasn't the farthest point you just made. That's what Oda does. Oda makes amazing backstories.
That is, you know what? That's definitely a strong suit. So that's
Yeah,
definitely
this is what it does. That's why this ultimate one feels so ultimate, because it's like compared to, obviously we shouldn't compare, but like we have the stuff like Robin and Laws and Sanji's, and still this one still manages to hit
to blow
so
those
hard.
out the water after we've praised those to heaven, to high heavens and back.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
actually crazy. So yeah, I don't think that was a crazy stretch at all, and I don't think I disagree. This arc is insane. And I think what the reason I have Ennie's lobby, and like probably Marineford second, like Ennie's lobby is probably first, is like I think for me the emotional impact is what makes One Piece when like big moments like this hit, and I think Egghead is hitting that with the flashback. So at this point, what more do we need, bro? Like so.
Like
I agree with you.
if we you know, when we, because I really think it's gonna happen when we get this last reunion between Kuma and Bonnie, it's gonna send this arc through the roof. It's gonna just
Speak
hit
into
that-
existence, Kelly.
Yeah.
Let us know, yo.
No,
It's gonna happen, bro.
I genuinely think it's gonna. I don't see them. I don't see it not happening. I just think it's gonna happen. So yeah, I definitely
Especially
think that'll
because
send it through the roof.
that's something Vegapunk wants also, right? Like he
Yes.
wants Kuma and Bonnie to see each other one more time. So
Yes.
it's gotta happen, bro. It's gotta happen.
Absolutely, man.
Real quick before we wrap it up, in this last page, is this Kizaru?
No, definitely not.
I thought it was Kizaru at first, but I don't think it's Kizaru.
Okay,
Where?
yeah, because I was a little confused.
Wait, which
So,
page?
The middle
in the
of the
middle,
people praying.
right down here where the people are praying.
Oh,
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
nah. I don't
Zaru
think
was
so.
so tall.
Okay, I wasn't sure. That's why I was curious.
Man, I really do like that the light shining in the sky you see above Egghead on the people, like you guys were saying earlier, while Kuma died. That shit is beautiful.
It reminds me of those pages of like when Frankie finds Kuma at the Sunny, and when Dragon talks to Kuma, like in this arc when they recover his body, and he's like, "Yo, Kuma, talk to me," and Kuma just has to say like, he says to Dragon, he's like, "Yo, what's your order?" The lighting there really, if you go back and look, it really looks similar.
It's in this. It's in this chapter.
No, it's when Sabo brings it. It's when they bring back Kuma from the Marijois.
Oh, you're right.
They're waiting for Sabo's call. That's where the chapter is.
Oh, and then he was just sitting in the edge of the island, just bathing in light. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I think it's definitely also for purposeful. Just man, this is way too good. I think this is easily by far, in my opinion, chapter of the year. I guess that's next week. We'll do that next week. But this chapter, I think it might be one of the best chapters in One Piece.
Yeah,
I actually think that Kuma page is like one of the fucking most amazing pages Oda has ever drawn.
Yeah,
Like it's
no,
just
absolutely. I agree. That page specifically really fucking hit me while I was on my first read through.
Yeah, same.
That shit is definitely beautiful. Definitely one of Oda's best works. Chapter of the
I
year
will
is
say-
a little crazy, but I guess we'll get into that next week.
we'll get into it, man. I don't know. We'll definitely talk about it. I feel like I can convince you guys, but we'll see. I will say reading TCB, like, because just the way it's formatted, you just scroll down the page. I don't know if you guys read it like that every week, but
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
reading it like that and scrolling down the page and then seeing "Tell her I wish her" and then you scroll down a very
Bro.
happy
A very
birthday.
happy, yeah.
That shit obliterated me,
Yeah.
bro.
Facts.
It did too for me. Yeah.
It was way too fresh.
I definitely think I definitely enjoy reading the leaks for that reason specifically, because I remember I read the official before we started the podcast. And I remember getting to this page, and it definitely still hit, but there's definitely a difference between turning on the official and seeing it just everything at once, as
Everything at
opposed to
once, yep.
that dramatic scroll where you don't know you're about to see next, and you scroll and it just hits you right in the face. It's definitely a difference, 100%.
It always sometimes cooks like double spread sometimes, so there's a
Yeah,
price
there's a-
sometimes,
yeah.
But this one specifically, like just scrolling down and seeing that very last panel, oh my goodness, man. I'm excited to see like what where Bonnie goes. I think it's a growing sentiment, and I think I fuck with it. I think a lot of people think Bonnie might join Luffy and his crew as like a little apprentice before they finish the journey to One Piece. I fuck with that a lot, in my opinion.
Bonnie joining the crew?
I see it too.
Yeah.
Wait,
just
who?
because Bonnie joining Luffy and the Straw Hats.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be sick.
I think there's a lot of like, you know, personal motivation for her just because she wants to find Nika. And obviously Kuma's like you know, investing into the Straw Hats so much. I fuck with it a lot, and obviously we get the backstory. Bro, I don't know. I was a hater on a lot of Straw Hats, like the Carrot Yamato stuff, but I fuck with this one a lot.
I think that'd be an interesting dynamic to see how she would fit into the Straw Hat crew.
Yeah, we got to see more.
That'd be with it, though. That'd be cool. That'd definitely be cool. We definitely know at the very least, I'm pretty sure a decent amount of people are going to be leaving Egghead with the Straw Hats. How long they stay is another with them is a different story, but I definitely think we're going to leave Egghead with a decent amount of people in tow, because there's a couple of people that are trying to escape.
So like,
along with them.
Does next chapter just start where we left off with Bonnie like having guns to her head?
That's what I would assume. But for all we know, we could go somewhere else with this shit. But
yeah,
honestly, I doubt it though.
There's still like 4 cliffhanger fucking storylines that we haven't got anything on since they started.
I think the other ones, like the Blackbeard and the Shanks. I think
I need to see more of the Blackbeard Law one, bro.
Not even Law. I mean the
Blackbeard. You're talking about the pirates, because we know the pirates are still on their way to Egghead.
And that was the day before where the present time is, and that day before is where Bonnie saw this thing, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah.
That's so we might just start from that day where Bonnie's seeing this and see what I hope we do see that low key.
But maybe, obviously I want to see that because we definitely still didn't see how that day progressed, right? Because we definitely only skipped to it.
Yeah, and we saw like some people have huge injuries, like Kaku, even Robin was injured.
Yeah.
So we really don't know what they were up to. And obviously we can they beat the Seraphim, I'm sure, like I believe that. And York is a scrub or whatever. I'm not too worried about that. I want to know about what the fuck the Blackbeard Pirates are doing. That's what I want to know.
Am I tweaking? Okay, so it's been a minute since I read One Piece. Didn't Blackbeard capture Bonnie at one point?
Yeah, he absolutely did. And it was she was it's right after Marineford. She tried to go to the New World to find Vegapunk, and I guess she runs into Blackbeard, and Blackbeard captures her and tries to bargain her for a warship from the Marines. The Marines come, but they bring a Akainu, so they clearly want to capture Blackbeard too. And so Blackbeard just runs, and then Akainu and Bonnie have a little talk, and Akainu says to Bonnie, says, "When I heard you escaped from the world government, a chill ran down my spine." And that's obviously referring to how she got away from Sorbet with her ability in like 2 chapters ago. So yeah, that's what happened. So there is a little bit, but I think it was literally just a coincidence that they ran into each other, and Blackbeard is an opportunist.
Blackbeard is the opportunist, man.
I'm just overthinking it.
No, that's fair. But yeah, I want to see what the Blackbeard Pirates are doing, because obviously there's still like the Egghead incident and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy, bro.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to next chapter. Hopefully we get it early next week. That would be nice. Hopefully we'll see what happens. That is gonna be it for us, though. Anything else you guys want to say before I wrap it up?
I don't think so.
No, thank you, Oda. Thank you,
Oda, the GOAT, Goda. All right, hope you guys enjoyed. Much love to everybody in the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys follow the YouTube at Sitdown. Subscribe to us over there. Follow us on all socials. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at Sitdown. You look for us, you will find us. If we get a chapter, I'm not sure if we're gonna do a review next week, because we have to do our chapters. We have to do our chapter tier list for the end of the year.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But make sure you guys follow the socials so you can stay updated when we know what we're doing. You guys will know what we're doing. All right. I think that's about it. I feel like I'm missing a shout out for something, but it'd be like that.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. There we go. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the day. Be surrounded by love, family, friends, whatever. Thank you all so much for supporting to another year of Strawhat Sit Down content. We hope you guys stick around with us. All right.
Let's get it.
Till
Yes,
next
sir.
time, you guys take it easy, be safe, be healthy. We appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.
Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Strawhat sit down crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin'. Every time an episode is dropping, we see D3 in the corner. Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's YHuss, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, mad the captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that one piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We